Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I wanted to talk about derealization and depersonalization. So there's two things here. First of all, when you have OCD, especially when the OCD is 10 out of 10, you feel like you're not really present. And that feeling of not being present, being there all the time, can create a problem of worrying about. I don't feel like everything is real. Everything feels like a fog. Everything feels like a dream. I can't focus. Like all of these kinds of things, right? That's one aspect. And then there's and these terms, derealization, depersonalization, they can be kind of interchangeable. The depersonalization is a separate anxiety condition, but it can also be, we call it depersonalization OCD or depersonalization disorder. So you can, I mean, anxiety is anxiety. You can call it whatever you want. You need to do exposure work, to put it plainly. But depersonalization is sometimes having thoughts, or all the time actually having thought. Of what if nothing around me feels real? Everything, all the ordinary objects feel strange when I look at them, when I hold them, when I talk to people. I feel just strange, like I'm not plugged in or a part of. Uh, um, Kind of it's this feeling of feeling like you're removed, right? You're removed from you're having the conversation, but you feel like you're removed from the conversation, like you're almost floating in a different world, kind of thing, in a different reality, so to speak, you know and the more the person focuses on it, the more they start to worry about it. The more they start to worry about it, the more these thoughts come back. Going back to the theory that how OCD works, that you get a random thought. People get about 50,000 thoughts a day. It's been proven. Every person, doesn't matter OCD, no OCD. About, I would say people with OCD get way more, but generally, I think they said between, I don't want to lie, but between something like 40 to 70. But the average person gets about 50. So maybe people with OCD, maybe close to 70,000 thoughts. 70,000. So yeah, you can get weird thoughts. I can get weird thoughts. Anybody can get weird thoughts. People with OCD, people without OCD, everybody gets weird thoughts. That's the starting point. Now, when you get a weird thought and you start to think, what if it's me? What if something is wrong? Let me analyze. Now the thought gets sticky, and then the brain thinks, oh, you're reacting to one of these 50,000 thoughts. This thought must be important. How you are reacting? You're reacting with fear. That means that the thought is dangerous. So how can I prevent danger from happening? Oh, I know, I need to send this thought a million times. So it sends it a million times, and it not only sends it, it sends it with the same reaction that you showed. So you showed fear, it will send back fear. Just like if you show, say you eat a bad food, and the food, say you eat food for the first time, it's bad, right? So next time you eat it, or even not even if you eat it, if you see it on TV in a commercial, you will still look at it, oh, I don't like that, the automatic reaction, right? Or you see something and you're like, oh, this is just like that other thing I've seen, right? Connecting the two things, right? This is how the brain works generally. This is not only an OCD issue, you know so it just connects and resends however and whatever you reacted to. So if you reacted with fear, fear comes back to you. So in this situation, the more you worry about feeling depersonalization, derealization, the more it comes back to you, and it becomes a bigger and bigger issue. Um, this is not much different from if a person, for example, because again, going back to 10 out of 10 OCD, right? You have all of these additional symptoms because your anxiety is so high, right? You can develop just a fear of being depersonalized, and that's a little bit different. But any person with OCD feels like they are floating in a different dimension when they're at level 10 OCD. It doesn't matter what their theme is, So that's just a symptom of anxiety, just like um, uh, if you're having a pit in your stomach, having a headache, being tired because of all the overthinking, um, having sleeping issues, sleeping too little, sleeping too much. All of these things are common OCD symptoms, that go parallel because your anxiety is so high, But then if you start to focus on feeling depersonalized, that becomes now a theme. Just another way, another thing I wanted to also mention, just to give you a comparison, is that if a person worries a lot about their recovery, am I recovering? Did I do the right thing? Will I ever recover? I didn't do this. Well, does this mean I'm taking a million steps back? That's also extremely common. So in that case, OCD recovery becomes a theme as well, right? Or a person, has a headache because of all the overthinking. The person starts to analyze, well, maybe I have a tumor or something like that. Maybe that's why, again, becomes a theme, right? So all of these things, anything really you encounter in life can become a theme, but these things are commonly happening. So basically, in the beginning, a thought came into your mind, you felt depersonalized. You started to pay attention to it. The thought grew and grew and grew, and now created this giant theme. So what do you need to do to fix it? You need to undo everything you did. So you need to, every time you get this thought of, oh, I don't feel, like I'm here, nothing feels real, those kinds of things, right? Okay, well, whatever. I guess nothing feels real, just kind of make fun of it and look at it sarcastically, talk about it sarcastically. Don't talk about it that, oh my God, I need to figure it out. Don't do that, because that shows your brain that you are in fear, and the brain will continue to send you fear. If you show your brain that you don't even care anymore, whatever, send me all of the, thoughts on these topics. Go ahead, send them all to me. Then the brain sees, well, clearly you're no longer afraid. It will try a few times to send it to you just to see, just to make sure, right? But then it will stop because it's not getting a reaction out of you, It seems like this is a different thing. It is not. It is just like any other OCD theme, and this is how you have to take it. It's the same. I'm disregarding. I am now pushing forward. I'm now choosing to push forward no matter what, no matter what kind of thoughts I get, no matter what, I'm pushing forward and disregarding these feelings. I promise you, they will start to be less intense, to come in less intense, and slowly start to go away. And again, that it's an overtime thing. So just like this problem didn't take place over a few days, it's not gonna go away over a few days. So you need to give it, again, 6 months, pretty much holds up. When you're doing active recovery work, when you're just kind of one step forward, one step back, didn't move at all, then, until you start actively moving forward, for 6 months from that point. And you can see my video, my videos on stages of OCD recovery, to give you a better overview of what the stages look like, and how recovery actually happens, and what happens in each stage. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I do daily videos about all things related to OCD recovery. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.